Hello everyone, welcome to Karthikeya IAS Academy. Let's see the important events which are in the PIB. So here the first topic we are going to discuss is regarding the gene bank. Okay. First we will see why do we actually need this gene bank. Okay. So first, if you see the context, why it is in news? Union Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Sri Narendra Singh Tomar inaugurated the world's second largest refurbished state of the art national gene bank. Okay, so this is going to be the second largest one, where it is at the National Bureau of Plant Genetic Resources, USA, New Delhi. So it is inaugurated recently, and this is going to be the world's second largest gene bank. Okay, so this is what is there in the news. Now we'll see about the gene bank which was established in our country, and we will see what is the actual need of this. Why do we actually need to have a gene bank? Okay, simple way to understand is the term gene. Okay, if we want to have, like we are having a particular grain, for example we'll take some grains, we want to have it for the future generations. Okay, so here what they are saving, they are saving the gene of that grain for the future use. In the future, if they want to have the same product, they'll be using this gene to again increase its number. Okay, this is what I have explained you in just simple words. Now we'll see about the gene bank. The gene bank is established in the year 1996 to preserve the seeds of plant genetic resources. Okay, if you see the earlier times, how we used to be in the ancient time. In the ancient time, there was nothing like scarcity of food or malnutrition, because they used to follow what the nature gives them and how much they have to consume, how much they have to use the resources of the nature. Everything was in a order. It was not like they have to exploit it. They want to explore more, and they'll be taking something beyond their need, like what they need they want to take that, but out of the greed, if they take more out of that, it is known as over exploitation. In the ancient times it was not like that. The people used to cultivate or used to take something from the nature what they actually need. Okay, so at that time there was nothing like scarcity or malnutrition, but later times what happened, the method of the agriculture, it was not developed, and the grains which are produced are not matching the need of the people. So there was definitely a scarcity and malnutrition. After few years, again we have developed the technology and we have changed the method of our agriculture, whereby we have again resulted in the surplus production. Okay, so we all know what are the methods we have followed, how we have increased the yield of the product and all that. If we have followed these methods many decades back, okay, before we are before we face the famines and all, before that, if we have started these agricultural practices, now we would have been a major exporter of the food grains to the rest of the country. Okay, now, if we come to the National Gene Bank, it is established in the year 1996 to preserve the seeds. Here, what they are preserving? They are preserving the seeds of the plant genetic resources for future generations. So here, it is having the capacity to preserve about 1 million germ plasm in the form of seeds. So here, the germ plasm is saved in the form of seeds. So, do you think that these gene banks are only for preserving the seeds? No, not just for the plant products. It's not like only if you want to have the plant or a particular crop to use or to preserve it for the future. It's not the same. We can even save from the animals also. Okay, we'll see about that again. See here, as I have told you, this gene bank was established in the year 1996 for the use of future generations. And presently, at present, how many it is protecting? It is protecting 4.52 lakh accessions, out of which 2.7 lakh are Indian. Okay, out of the 4.52 lakh accessions which they are protecting, out of that 2.7 lakh are Indian germplasm. Okay, and the rest, what about the rest? Only 2.7 are Indian, then what about the rest? They are imported from the other countries. Okay, so to conserve these accessions, we are following both the in situ and ex situ conservations through Delhi as the headquarter, and we have 10 regional stations in the country for this conservation. We have 10 regional stations throughout the country for the conservation. So, as I have told you, we are following both ex situ and in situ conservation methods for conserving these accessions. Okay. Now, let's see what is a gene bank. I have told that the seeds are stored here. So, we have to know what is the actual process in which we are storing that, right? So, what are the gene banks here? The gene banks are a type of biorepository. Biorepository, what does it do? It preserves the genetic material. Okay, it is like example if we see, if we have to save something about the plant. So it is done by the method of vitro storage. You don't have to go deep into what it is actually. You can just know the names. Vitro storage, freezing the cuttings. Okay, we will be taking the plant cuttings and they will be freezed. Freezing the cuttings of the plants and stocking the seeds as we are doing now. We can even stock the seeds. Okay, these will be done in the seed bank. For the if we take the example of animals, okay, here for the plants you can take the cutting, but what you will be taking out of the animals, here you will be taking the sperm and eggs and they will be frozen. Okay, they will be stored in the freezers in the frozen form, and we'll be using it in the future when we need. For example, if you take the corals, how they will be stored? The fragments of the corals will be taken and they will be stored in the water tanks. Okay, the fragments of the corals will be taken and they'll be stored in the water tanks under controlled conditions. Now, this genetic material in the gene bank, how it is stored? It may be stored in different ways. For example, they may be stored by freezing at 196 degrees Celsius in liquid nitrogen. Okay, they may be stored or they may be stored in the frozen form in the liquid nitrogen being placed in artificial ecosystems. Generally, how they are available, we will be transferring them into the same conditions which are created by the artificial way. Okay, and we will see that the nutrients, the temperature and everything are in a controlled medium. Now, the next topic is Rag Rag Mein Ganga. Here, this mission is regarding creating awareness and to include the public in cleaning and conserving the river Ganga. Okay, so here what is the main theme? They want to include the public to take part into it. They want the public means we the people. They want the people to take part, to participate in the process of conserving the river Ganga. Here the context is Union Minister of Information Broadcasting Sri Anurag Thakur today unveiled the second season of successful travel Rag Rag Mein Ganga. If you see, this is the second season already. First season is over. It has got a lot of response, good response. Viewership also increased a lot for the Doordarshan channel. It is like we can see, we have seen that in the Doordarshan channel, in that a lot of viewership has increased. So that is considered to be the successful travelogue. Okay. Along with the Union Minister of Jal Shakti Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat and Union Minister of State in Jal Shakti and Food Processing Industries Shri Prahalad Singh Patil. Here you don't have to remember the names of the ministers. I have just told you because to make you know who have participated in this. Now, if we see the purpose, okay, before going into the background, first we have to know about the purpose, why it is started. Okay, what is the main purpose of this? It is to inculcate a sense of responsibility, as I have told you, responsibility of whom? Of the people, to inculcate the sense of responsibility in the people towards the holy river. Okay, as I have told you, it's an important aspect that a lot of emphasis is given towards the participation of the community. Okay, not just the government here, the community has to take an active feeling and they should be connected to this work. Okay, now this time already first season is over. If you see here in the second season, they're not just talking about the importance of the tributaries of the river. They will even cover not just the tributaries of the river, even they will be including the destinations. They will be concentrating on the destinations from the previous season also. Okay, they'll cover new destinations and few destinations of the previous season are also included. Okay, now if we see the background, why it is started, when it is started, we'll see. National Mission for Clean Ganga and Doordarshan have partnered to create a wide awareness. How they are going to create the awareness? Through a program which is being telecasted in the Doordarshan about the current state of the Ganga and why we need to rejuvenate it to get it to its back glory. Okay, how it used to be in the how the holy river used to be in the past, we want to take it to the same state again. Okay, for that reason the NMCC and Doordarshan collaborated to create awareness in the people. So when did it start? It started in February 2019. This program Rag Rag Mein Ganga, Rag Rag Mein Ganga travelogue. It started in 2019 February, and it was launched as a flagship program on the national broadcaster Doordarshan, which I have already told you. Okay, in the first season, 21 part series are covered, and they have traveled a journey of 2,525 kilometers along the river Ganga. So from where they have started? From the source. What is the source? Gomukh. From the Gomukh, they have traveled. Gomukh is the name of the glacier to Gangasagar. Where is this Gangasagar? It is the place where the river merges into the Bay of Bengal. Okay? So we all know that it starts somewhere from the glaciers and travels all the way through the states, and it will be merging in the Bay of Bengal. So this is where in the sea the river is meeting. So here the source is the Gomukh Glacier. Okay, so they have covered the journey of all this way in the first season. Okay. Now, the message of cleaning the Ganga and keeping the river clean, it is done by the NMCC, and to rejuvenate the river is interwoven with the content of this program which we are talking about here. Along with the cleaning, they are also covering the cultural, mythological and historical details about the river and the people who are residing on its banks. Okay. If you see here along the river, you will be finding many important cities which have the historical and mythological importance. So they are going to discuss, they're going to telecast about all that, and even they'll be showing us the life of the people who are on living on the river banks. Now we will see what they have shown us in the first season. Okay, in the first season, if we see, they have mostly focused on the awareness about ecology. They have concentrated about ecology, heritage, lifestyle of the people which is associated with who are associated with the Ganga. Okay, here if you see, the audience are mostly youth. Okay, it has got a very good response. The first season has got a very good response with 1.75 crore viewers. Okay, the rate of the viewers was very high. And if you see in this second season, if you see, they'll be covering about its tributaries. They'll be covering about the tributaries of the Ganga river like Yamuna, Kali, Sarayu, Gandak. About these tributaries, they are going to show us in the season 2 of this Rag Rag Mein Ganga. Okay. Now, if you see again, they are going to showcase about the cultural, historical, environmental, and socio-economic aspects of the cities along these tributaries. They will cover about the cultural, mythological, and historical, and the places which have socio-economic importance. Now, what is the theme of this season 2? The theme of is season 2. You have to remember these two words: Aviralta and Nirmalta. Okay. Aviralta and Nirmalta. What is the meaning of these words? It means water conservation and water cleanliness. This is the message being passed through this season to water conservation and water cleanliness. So here you have to remember these words Aviralta and Nirmalta. Now, if we see the same person who has anchored in the first season and again in the second season, where we have got a lot of response. So why they want to make it a show in the Doordarshan, because they want to bring back the glory to the Doordarshan. They want to have more number of viewers for the channel. Okay. Now, So this travelogue, it consists of 26 episodes. This is regarding the season 2 and it will be anchored by the well-known actor Rajiv Khandelwal, and it will be shown from 21st August 2021 on every Saturday and Sunday, okay, in the Doordarshan channel. So here if you see what is the difference between the season 1 and season 2. As I have told you here, they have shown from the source to the mouth of the river Ganga. In the season 2, they are going to show us about the tributaries and even some destinations, okay. Now, if you see in which way they are going to travel in the season 2, here I have told you they are showing the river from the first till it reaches or merges in the Bay of Bengal. In the season 2, the part 2 will end in the district of Murshidabad. So, where is this place? This is the place where the river Ganga leaves India. It leaves India and it enters into Bangladesh. Okay, this is the place where it leaves India and it enters into Bangladesh. And from there, this river will be called as Padma. Okay, till it was traveling in India, it is known as Ganga. After it enters into Bangladesh, it is known as Padma. And the place where it enters into the Bangladesh is known as Murshidabad. Okay, this Murshidabad is the place which is the end of the part 2 of this season. Okay, thank you.